Let's talk about episode 19 of DS9 Duet. And if you don't remember the episode, I strongly suggest you rewatch the episode and then come back and watch this video and listen to what it is that I'm trying to say. One of my mutuals does a DS9 rewatch every Friday. I'm going to tag them down below in case you all want to see it. And last Friday we watched Duet, and at the end of it, there was a good amount of people on the panel that were just very sad by how it ended. A quick and dirty synopsis of it is essentially Kira suspects a Cardassian that is visiting the space station of being a super uber bad guy in the G side against the Bajorans. Turns out he's not actually that guy. He's a guy that worked for that guy, and he's trying to find a way to have himself be punished in order to absolve himself of the guilt that he's feeling because he did nothing during the G side of the Bajorans. Kira goes through a pretty emotional arc of learning how to forgive this one Cardassian despite everything that she saw during the G side. And at the very end of the episode, the Cardassian is unalived. And when Kira asks why to the person that did it, they say because he was a Cardassian. And she responds, that's not enough. So here's the thing. When I was watching the episode, and I watched the episode twice, when I was watching the episode, all I could think about was how the writers wanted us to feel so much empathy for this person who had done so much harm to Bajorans. And they did it in a few different ways. One, they tried to minimize what his position was in the G side, despite the fact that he presumably was getting information that would have been able to be used to help the Bajorans, and he chose not to for self-preservation and out of fear. They still tried to minimize his impact that he had during that Bajoran G side. They also wrote the character to be extremely contrite, which contrition in my eyes, if someone is truly sorry for something that they did, I think that you can forgive that person. That person, to a certain extent, deserves that forgiveness, if for no other reason than so that you can move on. And I totally agree with that. But the thing that kind of stood out to me is before he's unalived, which he shouldn't have been, it sucked. But before he's unalived, Kira is walking him off of the space station and telling him that they need more Cardassians like him if the Bajorans and the Cardassians are to be ever friends. It's very clear in this episode that the writers wanted us to feel empathy for Maritza, who's a Cardassian, and to feel bad for him and to forgive him. And to them, forgiveness looked like letting him go on and live his life instead of punishment. And I'm not saying being unalived. I'm saying, why was he not taken into custody by the Federation? As always, art imitates life. And it's a situation where if somebody does something very bad and very wrong, is sorry enough?